Hello everyone, this is Brent from Enter Your Wealth, and I'm so happy that you're here today because we're talking about an AVAX blockchain play to earn game that is absolutely going bonkers. Well, really, I've lost a lot of money on it so far. The game I'm talking about is Crab Game, also known as Crabada, which is actually its real name. It's a play to earn game with 3 currencies, all which can make you a significant amount of money. Similar to DeFi Kingdoms, it's launching its own AVAX subnet, meaning that it's gonna actually use the TOS token as its burner and native token. And if you saw what happened with DeFi Kingdom, Joel went up to the moon. We talked about DeFi Kingdoms in another video, so if you're interested in watching that, go check out my other video. So that's kind of like the utility that I think I see that's really great as well, and that gives upside to the TOS token, which is the money that you actually make in game. Crabada is one of the most used games currently, 20th most popular, with the 64% of all transactions on AVAX coming from Crabada directly itself. This game is hyped, and I've been buying it on its dips. Even today, I made my final purchase. So, if I had $1,500, how would I spend it today on Crabada? Well, it's important to understand the different ways you can earn with Crabada. There's ways to earn by just getting into the Crabada DAO, which will pay back fees back to the constituents of the DAO. What I've been doing is you can rent out your crabs completely passively. You just have to check every 2 days in the tavern to see if your rent is fair for the market conditions. And really what I mean is just make sure you're undercutting everybody every couple days. The last way, but there is one more way that just hasn't come out yet, is through the looting and mining excavation type of game. Straight away from that because it just takes too much time, and really the yields aren't too much better, and you have to kind of be more active to do it. And until today, I actually didn't have a 3rd crab, so I couldn't have done it anyways. I had 2 crabs that I was renting out, and today I bought my last crab, all leading up to the final way that hasn't come out yet, which is the PvP. A lot of the news just broke actually, so the information on the crabs and their actual abilities all broke. This is super cutting edge stuff. You're not gonna find this on any other channel, so please subscribe. If you like making money and if you like games, then you should join our private community. Well, not private yet, but going private in just 4 days. That's basically all we do. We get into projects early, we participate in airdrops, and we're on top of the best play to earn games. And it's all completely free. The crabs that I bought specifically were all in speculation for the battling system that hasn't come out yet. So how the heck was I even speculating on this? Well, if you don't know, I am pretty much a metagame disruptor. I've done it in various games over my years, back even when I was a professional gamer. What my speculation was this: there are 2 mechanics that you really have to know for the battle game, and it's the pincer ability, which is just their ability, which is the most important. But secondarily is the eye ability, which is kind of like a passive ability to your pincer. I was thinking that would be far less important. And as far as I'm concerned, I was pretty much spot on that. So in a later video, we'll see how correct I am on my analysis. I was looking for the abilities that do the most, and by far the highest DPS I saw in the game was the Cardano ability. The Cardano pincer ability from Prime. So Prime refers to the classes. There are 8 classes in this game, and they're kind of like DPS, support, and tank. So I'm running a tank and 2 DPS, and I'm gonna be running a 1-2 formation. I'm gonna have the tank in front and then 2 DPS in the back. So the way I see the meta kind of emerging is I think a lot of people are going to go for a type of AoE comp. So there are abilities that allow you to hit multiple users, but I really don't think that's very useful because of a number of reasons. So let me describe the other things. There's going to be 3 hyper DPS, but I'll explain why I don't think 3 hyper DPS is the best either.
On 3 DPS, one of your DPS is still going to be a tank and not get their ability off. And as well run a crab that will get its ability off before it dies.
Classical tank support DPS that they're probably intending, but as far as I'm concerned, the support is a pretty much useless role, and until they change things, I don't think people will be going down that route. And it's important to note that this is only going to be current from the basis of what I think the game will emerge into in the beginning. So that doesn't mean any of this will stay current in the meta. As we know, many games metas change constantly, even if the game itself doesn't change, just because things need time to emerge. We've seen this in StarCraft. It took many years before people really figured out the game. For one, when it comes down to an AoE comp, if it doesn't completely wipe out your team, or if there's varying health bars, meaning 1 tank and 2 DPS, or your damage is going to be less effective depending on how many people are alive, right? If you end up losing a member, you're probably not going to be able to finish them off. So it's kind of like in any video game, right? What do they tell you to do? In like a raid in World of Warcraft, they'll be like, oh, all 3 DPS focus on this, right? Because that's the fastest way down to burn down a target and effectively cut down their DPS on you. Best defense is a great offense. So it'll be interesting to see if people end up doing AoE comps. Unless you're using like a legendary character, I really don't think it's gonna be that good. Support, tank, DPS, I just think the benefits from support is just very poor. And 2 tanks and 1 DPS, there's just not enough health to really survive the crazy amounts of damage that single target DPS is going to be doing, in my opinion. That's the reason why I went the 2 DPS and tank. It'll be the best comp from the get-go. The Prime Cardano Pincer. I've mentioned it earlier. The Prime Cardano Pincer is by far the most single DPS that I saw out of all the characters. So actually, this is pretty much to summarize it. If you were to spend 1,500,
so you're going to go for 3 different types here, which means you want a Runed and a Prime, Kragon or Avalanche, and any tank is fine.
So another one with the good eyes is a Runed. I forget the name. The eye ability is actually an invulnerability. So that one's kind of actually nasty. It was one of the ones that I wanted to go with, but I could never find it on the marketplace, and I bought a different Runed one, so I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, so all my speculation has come down to the battle game. So I believe that's the best way to make money here. Is I think these NFTs, such as the Prime, is actually gonna sell for a lot more when people realize how valuable they truly are. Join the GameFi NFT Discord. It's probably gonna be one of the best Discords here coming really soon. And we are going private. And once we go private, it's gonna be hard for you to get in. But also, if you're not an active member, then don't even bother, because it's a really tight-knit group and we're all like living and breathing this stuff. We're really trying to make a lot of money and we all love games. So if you're like-minded like that and you want to unify against a single goal, go ahead and join if you want to. Otherwise, please engage with my content, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and really follow me on Twitter because I'm making a lot of moves on there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.